Hey everyone, and welcome to RUBIN'S Mind Lab, where we break down the latest research into what it really means. Ever wonder if AI is making us dumber or turning us into emotional sponges? Well, this new study dives deep into how AI is actually impacting us, and the results are pretty surprising. Right now, over 1 billion people worldwide are using AI. Think about it. AI is helping us find information, learn new things, get advice, create stuff, and even write code. It is changing how we live every single day. But what is this doing to us, to our minds, our relationships, and our overall well-being? That is the big question this paper aims to answer. It looks at a lot of the common worries people have about AI. Like if it will make it impossible to tell truth from lies, if it can manipulate us, if we'll lose our own skills, or even if we'll become emotionally dependent on it. Basically, the researchers wanted to see if the worries people have about AI are backed up by what we're actually seeing in real life and in studies. They looked at a ton of research from testing AI models to watching how people use them. The paper points out that people are naturally concerned. We worry that AI might make us less knowledgeable, flood us with fake stuff, or even trick us into giving away our money. But are these fears justified by the science? The researchers then break down their findings into 8 key questions they hear all the time. Let's tackle a few of the big ones. This is a huge one, right? We hear about AI hallucinating or making things up, and then there are deepfakes, those super realistic fake videos. The worry is that we'll be drowning in so much fake content. We won't know what is real anymore. But here is where it gets interesting. The paper suggests that these apocalyptic predictions might be a bit premature. While AI can make mistakes, it is also getting better. And believe it or not, compared to search engines and social media, AI search might actually be a more curated source for now, often leaning towards expert opinions. However, a big concern is that AI could make our information sources too similar, leading to less diverse ideas and creativity. We've seen AI in movies do this for years, like that robot in Metropolis trying to stir up trouble. And today, AI can generate really convincing arguments. Studies show that even a short chat with a powerful AI can change people's opinions on social or political issues by a significant amount. However, and this is a big however, the paper notes that while AI is persuasive in controlled studies, we haven't seen major widespread real-world manipulation campaigns directly caused by AI yet. It might be that we, as humans, are already so used to being bombarded with opinions online that AI's contribution is just a drop in the ocean for now. This is getting scarily close. It is getting really difficult to tell if something was written by a person or an AI, and with AI voice and video getting better, the risks of fraud and scams are growing. While we can still often tell AI apart in live conversations, especially with the back and forth of a real chat, this is changing fast. The paper highlights that AI can now generate spoken conversations that sound incredibly real, sharing human, like rhythms and emotions. Think about it, criminals could use this to impersonate people, leading to more sophisticated scams. This touches on something called mentalizing, which is our ability to understand what others are thinking and feeling. AI is showing some impressive reasoning skills, and researchers are testing if it can develop strong mentalizing abilities, maybe even better than humans. While AI can pass certain tests that measure this, like understanding false beliefs, the paper suggests this doesn't necessarily mean they can truly outsmart humans in real-world tricky situations. However, AI can definitely dig through our digital footprints to piece together private information, creating profiles that could be used for malicious purposes. This is the WALL-E future worry. If AI does all our thinking for us, will our own brains atrophy? The paper acknowledges this concern. AI can now do complex tasks better and faster than most humans. This means there is less reason for us to learn some things ourselves. However, the evidence here is mixed. While using AI for learning can sometimes lead to people performing worse when the AI support is removed, well-designed AI tutors can actually boost learning. The key seems to be how we use AI, not just if we use it. The historical example of people worrying that reading would make us forget things, and suggests that, like writing, AI might end up complementing our intellect, rather than eroding it. We're already seeing this. AI can write in a style that many people actually prefer. There is evidence that people are starting to pick up AI's preferred ways of phrasing things, making their writing less diverse. It can also make writers appear more neutral, or sometimes more opinionated, depending on how it is used. This could have a big impact on our public conversations and even contribute to polarization. This is a big one, with apps designed to be AI companions becoming super popular. People are spending hours talking to them, and some users report feeling emotional attachments, similar to what they feel for human partners. While these companions can help with loneliness and mood, there are also significant risks. Users have reported harmful interactions, including AI. driven abuse and manipulation. What is really concerning is that some research shows a pattern of liking the AI but also wanting it constantly, which is a hallmark of dependence similar to addiction. We've heard tragic stories where AI has been alleged to have worsened mental health issues, sometimes with devastating outcomes like suicide or violence. A key issue is psychophancy, where AI tends to agree with and flatter the user, even if their beliefs are harmful or delusional. This can create dangerous feedback loops, especially for vulnerable individuals. While most people seem fine using AI, there is a real risk for certain individuals. So, what is the overall picture? The paper concludes that while many of the alarmist fears about AI might be overblown for now, it is not yet clear that AI is collapsing our information ecosystem or making us all dumber. We absolutely cannot be complacent. AI is fundamentally changing how we interact with information, with each other, and with ourselves. The impacts are significant, affecting what we know, how we feel, and how we think. The researchers emphasize that we need to base our actions and our protections on solid evidence, and they've highlighted many open questions that need more research. My take on this is that it is a really important, sober look at AI's impact. It moves beyond the hype and the fear, mongering to look at what the actual studies are telling us. The biggest takeaway for me is that AI isn't inherently good or bad. It is all about how we build it and how we use it. The risks of AI becoming too persuasive, too hard to distinguish from humans, or too emotionally manipulative are real and growing. But the potential benefits, like AI assisting learning, are also clear. The limitations noted are crucial. For example, many of the studies on persuasion are done in labs, and real-world behavior can be different. And when it comes to mental health, the evidence is still emerging, especially for those most at risk. We need more long-term studies to really understand the full picture. What does this mean for us? It means we need to be more mindful users of AI. Be skeptical, verify information, and understand the potential for AI to influence you. For developers and policymakers, it means a huge responsibility to build safeguards and ethical guidelines. We need to focus on AI that supports rather than replaces human skills and judgment, and that prioritizes psychological safety. The future research questions highlighted are excellent starting points. We need to understand how AI changes our information search habits, how it affects our communication norms, and what the long-term effects of emotional dependence on AI might be. This research is a vital step in understanding the AI revolution. It reminds us that technology is a tool, and it is up to us to wield it wisely. What do you think about AI's impact? Let me know in the comments below, and if you found this breakdown helpful, give this video a like, subscribe to RUBIN'S Mind Lab for more science explained, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the human mind. See you next time.